I'm Lauren Foster, a 28-year-old data analyst with a knack for untangling corporate puzzles, but my own life's a mess of loose ends. Crescent Bay, California, with its sun-kissed beaches and salty air, is supposed to be my fresh start after a messy breakup and a career stall in Seattle. I've landed a temp job at Bennett Global, a tech empire that dominates the coast, but the real challenge is keeping my head down and my heart locked tight. That plan shatters the moment I meet Ryan Bennett, the billionaire CEO whose reputation for charm is as legendary as his ruthlessness in the boardroom. Today, as I'm crunching numbers in a glass-walled office, he strides in, his navy suit tailored to perfection, his dark blue eyes locking onto mine like I'm the only person in the world. "Lauren Foster," he asks, his voice smooth as the ocean waves outside. I nod, my pulse quickening under his gaze. "I need you for a special project," he says, leaning against my desk, close enough for his cedar cologne to cloud my senses. "It's sensitive, temporary, and requires discretion. You in?" His offer is a lifeline. My temp contract's up soon, and I need the cash to help my struggling parents back in Seattle. But there's a catch. He wants me to pose as his girlfriend at a series of high-profile events to secure a merger with a family values tech firm, Sterling Corporation. "It's just business," he adds, his smirk hinting at trouble. 3 months, and I'll triple your pay, plus a bonus to cover your family's debts." My heart stutters. The money could save my parents' home, but pretending to be Ryan's girlfriend? It's a dangerous game, especially with the way his eyes spark something reckless in me. "No strings?" ask, my voice steadier than I feel. "None," he says, but his gaze lingers, stirring a warmth I haven't felt in years. I agree, shaking his hand, his touch electric, and I wonder if I've just signed away more than my time. Sophie Reynolds, my coworker and instant friend, catches me as I leave Ryan's office. Her curly red hair bounces as she whispers, "Lauren, be careful. Ryan's a heartbreaker, and there's talk he's hiding something." Sophie's warm hazel eyes are full of concern, her role as the office's unofficial confidant making her my anchor in this unfamiliar world. At the first event, a charity gala at the Crescent Bay Grand Hotel, I'm in a borrowed emerald gown, Ryan's arm around my waist as we play the perfect couple. The crowd buys it, cameras flashing, but his whispered compliments, "You're stealing the show, Lauren," feel too real. My ex, Mark, never saw me like this, and the contrast makes my heart ache for something more. Sophie, working the event as a coordinator, pulls me aside during a break. "You're glowing, but don't fall for him," she warns. "I heard Sterling's CEO is digging into Ryan's past, something about a failed deal." Her words plant doubt, but Ryan's hand finding mine pulls me back. His touch a promise I'm afraid to trust. Back at my tiny apartment, I find a hidden letter from my dad, tucked in an old book he sent me. It hints at a past connection to Bennett Global, a deal gone wrong that cost him his savings. My stomach twists. Is Ryan's offer tied to this? A text from an unknown number chills me. "You're in over your head, Lauren." I clutch my journal, writing, "Ryan's charm is dangerous, but I need this." Sophie's right, there's more to him. But why does my heart race when he's near? The next day, at Bennett Global, Ryan's all business, but his lingering glances spark a heat I can't ignore. As I analyze data for the merger, I find discrepancies. Offshore accounts linked to Sterling Corporation. My gut screams trouble, and when Ryan catches me digging, his face hardens. "Leave it alone, Lauren," he says, but his voice wavers, and I know he's hiding something. The fake relationship feels real, but the danger closing in is all too true. The sun sets over Crescent Bay, painting the Pacific in hues of orange and pink, but the beauty can't calm the storm in my heart. I'm caught in a dangerous game. My temp job at Bennett Global has morphed into a fake relationship with Ryan. His offer, pose as his girlfriend to secure a merger with Sterling Corp in exchange for a payout to save my parents' home in Seattle, was too good to refuse. But the cryptic text I received last night, "You're in over your head, Lauren," and the hidden letter from my dad linking Bennett Global to a past financial ruin, have me questioning everything. Is Ryan my ally or my enemy? At Bennett Global's sleek office, I'm buried in data for the merger, but my focus is on the discrepancies I found. Offshore accounts tied to Sterling Corp that scream money laundering. Ryan's warning to leave it alone echoes. His voice sharp but his eyes conflicted, like he's hiding a truth that could break us. Sophie Reynolds, my co-worker and fast friend, notices my distraction as we grab coffee in the break room. Her red curls bounce as she leans in, her hazel eyes sharp. "Lauren, you're pale as a ghost," she says, her voice low. "Is it Ryan? Or that gala?" I want to tell her about the text, the accounts, my dad's letter, but fear stops me. Someone's watching and I can't risk her safety. "I'm just stressed," I lie, stirring my latte. Sophie frowns, unconvinced. "I dug into Sterling Corp," she whispers, glancing at the door. "There's chatter online about shady deals, offshore stuff. Be careful, Lauren. Ryan's tied to them, and you're in deep." Her warning chills me, but her loyalty warms my heart. She's become my family in Crescent Bay, her concern a reminder of what I'm fighting for. My parents, my future, and maybe, against my better judgment, Ryan. "Thanks, Sophie," I say, squeezing her hand. "I'll figure it out." That evening, Ryan insists I join him for a client dinner at the Seaside Cliff, a posh restaurant overlooking the ocean. In a sapphire dress that hugs my curves, I feel like a fraud, but his approving glance as we enter sends a shiver through me. "You look incredible," he murmurs, his hand on my lower back, guiding me to our table. The Sterling Corp executives, led by a slick CEO named Victor Langston, eye me curiously, their smiles too polished. Ryan plays the doting boyfriend, his fingers brushing mine, his laughter warm, but I catch him exchanging a tense look with Victor. My gut twists. Is this merger a cover for something darker? During a break, I slip to the restroom, my heart pounding. I check my burner phone. No new texts, but the silence feels ominous. Sophie's at the bar, working the event as a coordinator, her presence a comfort. "You okay?" she mouths, and I nod, forcing a smile. Back at the table, Victor's questions about my relationship with Ryan feel probing, like he's testing me. "How'd you two meet?" he asks, his eyes glinting. Ryan's hand tightens on mine, his voice smooth. "Lauren's brilliance caught my eye at work." His lie is convincing, but his touch sparks a heat I can't ignore, a romantic pull that clouds my judgment. After dinner, Ryan drives me home, the coastal road dark and quiet. "You were perfect tonight," he says, his voice soft, but I can't hold back. "What's with the offshore accounts, Ryan?" I ask, my tone sharp. "Are you using me to cover something up?" His jaw clenches, his hands gripping the wheel. "I'm not the enemy, Lauren," he says, pulling over to face me. "Sterling's the one with dirty hands. I'm trying to expose them, but I need this merger to get close." His eyes search mine, raw with something like desperation, and I want to believe him. "Then why hide it? Press." He hesitates, then leans closer, his breath warm. "Because I'm falling for you, and I don't want you hurt." His confession shakes me, and when his lips hover near mine, I pull back, heart racing. "I can't do this," I whisper, fleeing to my apartment. Inside, I collapse on my couch, my journal open. Ryan's words feel true, but the accounts, the texts, someone's lying. Sophie's worried, and so am I. I reread Dad's letter, its vague mention of a Bennett deal gnawing at me. Was it Ryan's father or something else? A knock startles me. It's Sophie, her face pale. "I followed Victor's assistant after the dinner," she says, breathless. "He met some guy in a black car talking about taking care of Lauren. You're in danger." Her words hit like a wave, and I realize the anonymous texts aren't a prank. I hug her, her warmth grounding me, but fear claws at my chest. "We need proof," I say, resolve hardening. "I'll dig deeper at work." The next day, I sneak into Ryan's office during his meeting, my hands trembling as I access his computer. The files confirm Sophie's suspicions. Sterling's offshore accounts are tied to a shell company, and there's an email from Victor to Ryan. "Keep your girlfriend in line or we'll handle her." My heart stops, Ryan knew. Before I can process, he walks in, his face darkening. "Lauren, what are you doing?" he demands, but his voice softens when he sees my fear. "I'm protecting you," he says, stepping close, his hand brushing my cheek. "Trust me, please." His touch ignites a fire, but the email burns in my mind. I push past him, tears stinging. "I don't know who to trust," I say, running out, the weight of his secrets and my feelings crashing over me like the tide. The moon casts a silver glow over Crescent Bay, but its light can't pierce the darkness swallowing my heart. I'm caught in a whirlwind of lies and longing. My fake relationship with Ryan was meant to secure a merger with Sterling Corp and save my parents' home in Seattle. But it spiraled into a dangerous game, with anonymous texts warning you're in over your head, Lauren, and files revealing Sterling's offshore accounts tied to money laundering. Ryan's claim that he's protecting me, his touch igniting a fire I can't extinguish, clashes with the email I found implicating him. "Keep your girlfriend in line or we'll handle her." Sophie Reynolds, my co-worker and closest friend, is my lifeline. Her warning about a shady meeting she witnessed pushing me to uncover the truth. But as I flee his office, tears blurring my vision, I'm not just running from Ryan. I'm running from a truth that could destroy me. At my apartment, I lock the door, my hands trembling as I open my journal. Ryan's either my savior or my ruin. Sophie's scared and so am I. The letter from my dad, hinting at a past Bennett Global deal that ruined him, burns in my mind. Was it Ryan's doing or his father's? A sharp knock startles me. It's Sophie, her red curls wild, her hazel eyes wide with panic. "Lauren, you need to see this," she says, shoving her phone at me. It's a blurry photo of Victor Langston, Sterling Corp CEO, handing a briefcase to a man in a black hoodie outside a Crescent Bay warehouse. "I followed his assistant again," she says, breathless. "They mentioned your name, and a drop tonight." My stomach lurches. This isn't just corporate fraud. It's organized crime. "We need to go to the police," I say, but Sophie shakes her head. "Not yet. If Ryan's involved, we need proof, or he'll slip through. I know a guy. Deputy Nate Carter, he's clean and owes me a favor." Her determination steadies me, but fear claws at my chest. I nod, grabbing my jacket. "We'll check the warehouse ourselves." Sophie hesitates, then agrees, her loyalty a beacon in this storm. As we drive to the industrial district, the coastal fog thickens, mirroring my dread. The warehouse looms, its windows dark, and my burner phone buzzes with a new text. "You were warned, Lauren. Stay away." I show Sophie, her face paling, but we creep inside, flashlights cutting through the gloom. Crates line the walls, stamped with Sterling Corp's logo but labeled as medical supplies. A lie. I pry one open, finding stacks of cash and forged documents. My heart races. This is a money laundering hub, and I'm standing in the middle of it. A creak echoes, and Sophie grabs my arm, her whisper urgent. "Someone's here." We duck behind a crate as Victor Langston enters, his voice sharp, talking to the man in the hoodie. "Bennett's girl is a problem," he says. "She's digging too deep. We need her gone before the merger closes." My blood runs cold, they're planning to kill me. Sophie's hand tightens on mine, her eyes fierce, but before we can move, Ryan steps from the shadows, his face hard. "You're not touching her, Victor," he says, his voice steel. I gasp, giving away our position, and Victor's head snaps toward us. "Well, look who's here," he sneers, pulling a gun. Ryan moves fast, shoving me behind him, his body a shield. "Run, Lauren," he shouts, but Sophie grabs a metal pipe, swinging it at the hoodie guy, who crumples. Victor fires, the shot grazing Ryan's shoulder, and I scream, my heart splitting. Sophie tackles me to the ground as Ryan wrestles Victor, disarming him. Sirens wail. Nate's team, alerted by Sophie's earlier text, storms in, cuffing Victor and his accomplice. Ryan's bleeding, his eyes locked on mine, raw with pain and something deeper. "I told you I'd protect you," he says, his voice hoarse, and I want to believe him, but the betrayal stings. At the hospital, Sophie stays by my side, her hand in mine as Nate questions us. Victor's tied to a cartel laundering money through Sterling, he says. We've got enough to lock him up, but Ryan's files helped. I blink, stunned. Ryan was gathering evidence. He limps in, bandaged, his eyes searching mine. I should have told you everything, he says, sitting beside me. My father's old partner started this mess, and I've been trying to clean it up. I never meant to drag you in. His confession shakes me, and when he takes my hand, his touch ignites a fire despite my anger. Why me? I whisper. He leans closer, his voice raw. Because you're the only one who makes me want to be better. My heart lurches, the romantic pull overwhelming, but Sophie's warning glance reminds me of the danger. Back at my apartment, Sophie makes tea, her voice firm. Ryan's in love with you, but he's reckless. You need to decide if he's worth the risk. Her words echo as I stare at Dad's letter, its mention of a Bennett betrayal now unclear. A new text arrives. Victor talked. You're not safe yet. My heart stops. Someone else is out there pulling strings. I write in my journal. Ryan's fighting for me, but the truth is a maze. Sophie's my anchor, but I'm drowning in this tide. As dawn breaks, I know I have to confront Ryan, uncover the final piece of this conspiracy, and decide if love is worth the danger closing in. Crescent Bay's dawn breaks over the Pacific, its golden light a stark contrast to the darkness threatening to engulf me. Our pretend romance has unraveled a deadly conspiracy. Sterling Corp's money laundering scheme tied to a cartel, with me as a target. The warehouse showdown last night, where Ryan took a bullet to shield me from Victor Langston, proved his love, but the latest text, Victor talked. You're not safe yet, warns of a hidden mastermind. Sophie Reynolds, my rock and confidant, is by my side, her bravery pushing me to end this. As I clutch my journal, Ryan's blood on my hands still vivid. I know today will decide if love can survive the tides of betrayal. Sophie and I meet at her cozy apartment above Seaside Brew, the coffee shop she moonlights at, the scent of espresso grounding us. Nate's digging into the cartel connection, she says, her red curls tied back, her hazel eyes fierce. But that text means someone's still out there. We need to find them before they find you. Her loyalty is my anchor, and I show her Dad's letter, its cryptic mention of a Bennett deal now haunting me. Ryan says his father's old partner started this. I say, my voice shaky. But what if it's someone closer? Sophie nods, pulling up a file on her laptop. Emails from an anonymous source at Bennett Global, hinting at a traitor within Ryan's inner circle. My heart sinks. Someone we trust is betraying us. Ryan calls, his voice rough from the hospital. Lauren, meet me at the office. I've got a lead on the mastermind. His tone is urgent, and despite my doubts, his love pulls me like a tide. I drive to Bennett Global, the glass building gleaming under the morning sun, but my burner phone buzzes with another text. End it now or you'll lose everything. My hands tremble as I enter Ryan's office, where he's waiting, bandaged but resolute, his blue eyes locking onto mine. It's my CFO, Marcus Tate, he says, showing me an encrypted file. He's been funneling money to the cartel, using Sterling as a front to take over Bennett Global. My breath catches. Marcus, Ryan's trusted advisor, whose warm smiles hit a snake's heart. We need to trap him, I say, my resolve hardening. Ryan nods, his hand brushing mine, sparking a warmth that battles my fear. Nate's setting up a sting, he says. But I need you safe, Lauren. I can't lose you. His voice breaks and I lean into him, our lips inches apart, the romantic pull overwhelming. I'm in this with you, I whisper, and his kiss, soft but desperate, seals our vow. Sophie arrives, her presence steadying me, and we plan the sting. A fake board meeting where Marcus will think the merger's collapsing, forcing him to act. I'm coming, Sophie insists, her bravery humbling me. Your family, Lauren. At the Crescent Bay Grand Hotel, the boardroom is a stage for our deception. I wear a wire, my heart pounding as Ryan plays the desperate CEO, announcing a merger delay. Marcus's eyes glint, his calm facade cracking as he excuses himself. Sophie, posing as a server, follows him, texting me. He's on the phone talking about a drop. Nate's team, hidden nearby, tracks Marcus to the hotel's basement, where he meets a cartel enforcer, a hulking man with a scar across his cheek. "The girl's a problem," Marcus says, his voice cold. "Take her out tonight." My blood runs cold, but Nate's team moves in, sirens blaring, arresting Marcus and the enforcer. The Wire catches everything. Marcus's confession, his betrayal of Ryan, and the cartel's plan to silence me. But the danger isn't over. As we leave, a black SUV screeches toward us, and Ryan shoves me behind him, his shoulder wound slowing him. Sophie grabs a fire extinguisher, spraying the driver, who swerves and crashes. Nate cuffs the man, revealing he's Marcus's brother, a cartel insider. "It's over," Nate says, but Ryan's eyes are on me, raw with fear and love. "I almost lost you," he says, pulling me close, his kiss fierce, a promise of forever. Sophie hugs me, tears in her eyes. "You're safe now," she says, her warmth binding us like family. Weeks later, Crescent Bay glows with holiday lights, the threat gone. Marcus and the cartel are behind bars. The merger secured cleanly with Sterling's honest executives. My parents' home is saved, thanks to Ryan's bonus, and Dad's letter is clarified. His Bennett deal was a scam by Marcus's father, not Ryan's. I've taken a permanent role at Bennett Global, my data skills helping rebuild trust. Sophie opens Seaside Brew full-time, her laughter a daily gift. Ryan and I grow closer, our fake romance now real. His touch igniting my heart through quiet dinners and beach walks. "I love you, Lauren," he says one night, his voice raw, and I kiss him, my heart full. "I love you too," I reply, the words a vow. But the story doesn't end there. At the Crescent Bay Winter Festival, a surprise shakes me. A letter from my ex, Mark, delivered by Sophie, who found it in old mail. "I'm sorry, Lauren. I knew about Marcus and didn't warn you." My heart twists, but Ryan's hand in mine steadies me. "He's your past," he says, kneeling, a ring glinting under the festival lights. "Be my future." Tears fall as I say yes, the crowd cheering. Sophie toasts. "To Lauren, who faced the tide and found love." I raise my glass, Ryan's arm around me, and add, "To Crescent Bay, where truth and love conquer all." Fireworks burst, and as we kiss, a final text arrives on my burner phone. "I'm proud of you, sis." It's from my brother, alive, watching from afar, promising to come home. The tide has turned, and I'm finally free, my heart soaring under the stars.